If you're a real estate agent or really any other type of professional trying to figure out which camera is better for creating content for your business, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 or the iPhone 17 Pro, well, this video is for you. I've tested both cameras in real life situations, shooting property tours, vlogging, behind the scenes, and recording talking head style content right here in my studio. And we're gonna break down image quality, stabilization, ease of use, and which one actually fits better into a busy real estate agent's workflow. And I'll be honest with you guys, the results actually surprised me. By the end of this video, you should know which camera gives you the best bang for your buck and which one I will personally be using more often than not. Let's start out with design and usability, because how the camera feels when you're using it matters more than people realize. The Osmo Pocket 3 is tiny. You see here, I mean, it fits in your palm, but don't let the size fool you. It has a full 1-inch sensor that can shoot in normal or D-Log-M color profiles, a 3-axis gimbal for ultra smooth motion, and a 2-inch rotatable screen. This is great so you can check framing, exposure, etc. when you're out and about shooting. It also has a removable SD card slot for seamless file transfer. The iPhone 17 Pro, on the other hand, is the camera that is always going to be with you, so obviously it has that convenience factor. It's fast, and of course it has 3 lenses. It has your telephoto, it has your wide angle, and then it has your ultra wide angle lens. The iPhone can shoot in Apple Log 2 or ProRes for increased image quality, but as far as file transfer goes, if you're using the Mac, you can just airdrop the footage to your computer. But if you're using a PC, you may prefer the ability to use the micro SD card slot that we can find here on the Osmo Pocket 3. If you're running behind schedule or you just don't want to carry around some extra gear, I can grab my iPhone and instantly start filming. But if I want controlled cinematic motion, that's where the Osmo Pocket 3 shines. Also, it's nice sometimes to have a closed system for all of your work videos. I like that I can shoot on the Pocket 3 and the footage is not on my phone, it's on the micro SD card instead of just taking up all the storage on my phone. How many of you guys have had the little warning pop up saying that your storage is almost full? I have the 1 terabyte version of the iPhone because that's like my worst nightmare. I do not want to end up in that situation. So when it comes to overall design and ease of use, I have to give these 2 cameras a tie because they both excel in different key areas. Okay, so let's talk about the bread and butter here, the thing that I talk about probably most on my channel, and that is listing videos. The Osmo Pocket 3 absolutely kills it when it comes to stabilization and getting those smooth shots inside of a listing. This built-in gimbal here is going to give us those buttery pans and those orbit shots that make properties feel luxurious. So if you want to create that same image stabilization with the iPhone 17 Pro, you have to use a gimbal. So I have many gimbals. My favorite 2 gimbals right now are the DJI OM7P as well as the Insta360 Flow 2 Pro. Now, if you have a mirrorless camera or a small camera and you want a gimbal that will work with both your camera and your iPhone, then I recommend purchasing the DJI R4 Mini. I have mine here, and this thing packs a punch, and it has, it has the tracking module here, so it can follow you around and track your face when you're shooting with even a camera. Using a larger gimbal with the iPhone will give you a little bit more stabilization than working with those smaller gimbals, but again, it kind of eliminates the point of using the iPhone to begin with, which is to keep that setup really small and light. When it comes to high dynamic range, meaning how well the camera handles bright windows and dark interiors, the Pocket 3's 1-inch sensor outperforms the iPhone when shooting in manual, but when shooting in auto, I still prefer the iPhone footage. This could just be because this is the type of footage that we're all used to looking at all the time, but I'm pretty sure the iPhone 17 Pro does some internal processing that helps the footage just turn out better when using the native camera app versus shooting in auto on any other regular camera. For me, there's a clear winner when it comes to shooting listing videos, and I never thought I would say this, but if you're able to get your hands on a gimbal, the iPhone 17 Pro wins hands down, and that's because of the ability to shoot as wide as 13 millimeters. The Pocket 3 has a fixed 20 millimeter lens, which isn't quite wide enough for my taste, but when using the third-party wide-angle lens adapter on the Osmo Pocket 3, the footage becomes super fish-eyed, and in my opinion, it's unusable for real estate. That being said, I have no problem shooting at home with the Pocket 3 using that built-in 20mm lens if that's the only camera option I have at the time, because the image quality is still amazing. Now let's switch gears and let's talk a little bit about vlogging, behind the scenes, and kind of like these lifestyle clips that you can take when you're out at an open house or something like that. You know, the stuff that you post on Instagram and TikTok. The Pocket 3 has Active Track, which automatically follows your face as you move. That's huge when you're filming yourself walking to a property. Like, let's just say you're in the kitchen and you want to show off the countertops and then move slightly over and show off the cabinets and the backsplash and the appliances. It's always nice to have that camera tracking you. Now, the iPhone 17 Pro though, it's gonna nail spontaneity, meaning you can pull this thing out, open the camera, hit record, and there's no setup. The new stabilization inside of the iPhone 17 Pro is great, but it's not as good as the mechanical gimbal on the Osmo Pocket 3. So aside from the slightly like yellowish color cast coming out of the Osmo Pocket 3, I think that the footage is way higher quality out of the Osmo Pocket 3 right now, and it's not going to be as apparent unless I had a lot of things that I'm kind of walking past, because you'd be able to see a way better and more shallow depth of field behind me on the Osmo Pocket 3 versus the iPhone. And so when it comes to vlogging, yes, you can replicate this on the iPhone, exactly what you're seeing out of the Osmo Pocket 3, but it requires you to get a whole nother case, and it requires you to get an ND filter that attaches to that case, and you're probably going to want to use the rear-facing camera, so you're not going to be able to see yourself on the screen, and it's just going to be really difficult to replicate the higher quality image that you're seeing out of the Osmo Pocket 3 on the iPhone 17 Pro. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about audio, because obviously that's one of the most important things to focus on when you're vlogging. You need to have nice, clean audio, because you're going to be out and about and there's going to be background noise and people hanging out over there talking and the sound of the wind blowing and the trees making noise and everything else. So now the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 connects seamlessly to the DJI mic systems. I'm currently using the DJI Mic Mini, and I also have the DJI Mic 2. They also just came out with the DJI Mic 3, which is kind of like a combination of these two microphones. It's nice being able to connect to those so easily with the Pocket 3. Now the iPhone uses its built-in mics and they're solid, but you will get wind noise when you're outdoors, and you will be able to kind of feel the ambient kind of like silence in a room when you're using the built-in mics on the iPhone. That being said, you can also connect the DJI mics to the iPhone, either using the mics receivers by plugging those into the bottom of your iPhone, the USB-C here at the bottom, or you can even connect to the mics using Bluetooth if you're using a third-party camera app like the one by Blackmagic. Either way, it's way more convenient and easy to use these DJI mics when you're using the Osmo Pocket 3. For me, I believe if you just want to post a quick IG story, or if you're going live on social media or something like that, then the iPhone is going to take this one. But for cinematic content or for the highest quality when you're shooting vlog style content, the Pocket 3 is going to take it. So I'm going to give 1 point to the Pocket 3 when it comes to vlog quality, and 1 point to the iPhone when it comes to overall convenience. Now let's talk about this exact setup, studio talking head style content. Both cameras look fantastic under good lighting, but they each have a different feel. The Pocket 3 has more natural depth and smoother roll off between light and shadow. The iPhone's image pops a little bit more, is slightly sharper, is more contrasty, which can sometimes look even better straight out of camera. But in order to maximize what you're getting out of a studio setup like this, you're gonna wanna shoot in log format, and then you're gonna wanna color grade your footage. The Osmo Pocket 3 shoots in D-Log-M, and the iPhone, of course, shoots in Apple Log 2, and both of them look really good once you've color graded that footage. Now this one has been really tough for me because obviously with perfect lighting and conditions, both cameras look awesome. But for me, I like the overall image quality coming out of the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 better than what I'm seeing out of the iPhone's native camera app. But when you factor in the iPhone's ProRes Apple Log 2 format and using that third-party camera app to really dial in all of your settings, the iPhone 17 Pro gets really close. But I'm still gonna have to give this one to the Osmo Pocket 3. Okay, so let's wrap it up with some quick takeaways. If you're shooting a ton of listing videos and you want to be able to do this quickly and conveniently, I say just purchase a gimbal and use your iPhone 17 Pro. If your focus is vlogging or high quality social media posts, I say go ahead and take the plunge and buy that Osmo Pocket 3. You will not regret it. But honestly, the dream setup, if you really want to live in a perfect world, is to use both. The iPhone for listing videos and the Pocket 3 for everything else. Okay guys, that's my full breakdown of the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 versus the iPhone 17 Pro, specifically from a real estate agent's point of view. I hope this helps you figure out which camera fits your business and content style best. If you want to see exactly how I shoot full listing videos using just an iPhone and of course the gimbal I mentioned earlier, then click this video right here. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more, and comment below which camera you choose and why. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.